Hello Animorphs fans and welcome back to the Animorphs Reviews YouTube channel. We're doing more of this today and we're drinking to it again. We're on chapter 2, which is the Brooke Nevin chapter. So it's Meet the Stars of Animorphs, an authorised biography. Today I'm drinking once again Estrella because I really like it and it's good for these drinking games. It goes down nice and easy. So we're drinking in fingers as per usual. And these are the forfeits for the book. Bold predictions, 4 fingers. Animal mention, 1 finger. TV channel mention, 2 fingers. Slang, 2 fingers. Bigging it up, 2 fingers. Book mention / author mention, 2 fingers. Buy this or merch mention, 4 fingers. And alien mention, 2 fingers. Those are the rules. This is the book. Let's get drunk. So, chapter 2 is on Brooke Nevin. I can do anything in the world because I'm Rachel. Now, does that immediately count as bigging it up? Yeah, it does. So that's already 2 fingers and we aren't even actually into the proper text yet. Drink. Oh, I do like Estrella. I really do. Right, let's carry on. Long blonde hair flying in the wind, bright eyes flashing with anticipation and excitement. That's Rachel, the adventurer who's always out front, ready to try anything, and ready to try it first. Fearless, headstrong, athletic and smart. Rachel is girl power to the max. Is max... No, max isn't slang, is it? It's just short for maximum. Is that big? Oh, not really. It's not by coincidence that her main morph is the lion, the fearless, powerful queen of the jungle. That's an animal mention, which is 1 finger. Drink. What I will say about Rachel in the TV show, not much of a character. Certainly not the Rachel we know from the books, and even the Rachel from the books, not much of a character, as I've discovered recently. Very little character development, so probably my least favourite character. But I think Brooke Nevin does an alright job with what she's given. Brooke Nevin competed against hundreds of hopefuls to play Rachel. I was one of them, by the way, just so you know. I didn't get the role. No doubt one of the reasons she snagged the part is because she understood the character so well. Rachel is the bold one, Brooke explains. She's a little reckless. She'll jump into something feet first without thinking. If there's a challenge, she's the first one to go for it. She has a hot temper sometimes. If someone annoys her, if someone pushes her buttons, she'll get back at that person. Not in a mean way, but deliberately. What does that mean? I don't know. She can get annoyed. She's very pretty. She's very popular in the sense that everyone knows her. She's very in your face, very confident and fashionable. When I get into my Rachel role, it's like Superwoman. Girl power! I can do anything in the world because I'm Rachel. Awesome. Off camera, there's a lot of Rachel in 16-year-old Brooke, but they're not exactly identical. Brooke explains, Rachel has much more bravado. She's a lot more daring. I tend to weigh possibilities and consequences a little more than Rachel would. She'd just go ahead and not think twice about doing anything that's on the dangerous side. That's true. She also tends to hide her emotions a bit more than I do, and put on a brave face. So even if she is scared or emotional, she's not going to let it show. Whereas I find I'm probably a little more open with my feelings. You can probably read from my face how I'm feeling, whereas with Rachel, she puts on a bit of a poker face. Those would be the main differences, she concludes. Okay. Happy childhood memories. Brooke Candice Nevin was born on December 22nd, 1982 in Toronto, Canada. Another Canadian, wouldn't you know? The city in which she was also raised. A total spotlight-loving ham from the get-go. What does that mean? A total spotlight-loving ham. Is she a slab of meat? That's got to be slang. That's 2 fingers. By the way, I did miss some forfeits from last time, and some of you pointed that out. So I forget how many fingers. I think it was like 3. So I'm going to add them to this. So it's 5 fingers. That takes me to near enough the end of my pint. So you lot drink 2. I'll drink an extra 3. How's that sound? I'm fair. Oterlu, 10 press-ups, go. Drink! Another finger or so. I miss doing this. You'll notice I'm doing lots of variation now on the drinking game. So I've got 3 things that go cycle through the week. So I've got this, which should be over in a few weeks. I've also got the podcast drinking game, and I'm rewatching the TV series again. And they're a lot longer because it's a much more chilled out sort of, let's just sit down for a couple hours, have a drink, have a bit of a laugh. So if you like that sort of stuff, if you like the longer videos, that's going to be for you. So you can take your drinks a bit slower. It's less intense than the original drinking thing. And I think probably a lot funnier as well, because we get to cover things more in depth. So that's I might change it actually, because Wednesdays is an awkward day for drinking. How would you feel about me changing them to Fridays? When you can go up and you can get drunk to your heart's content. Most of you anyway. Right, let's carry on. A total spotlight-loving lump of meat from the get-go, Brooke used to entertain her parents, Mum, Nikki, Dad, Bob, and younger sister Kaylee, when she was very little. I've always been into entertaining, she says. I started in dance class at 4 years old and learned tap, jazz, and ballet. Also very much like Rachel then. Bubbly Brooke. It's not technically slang, bubbly is the sort of word you associate with fat girls on dating websites. And Brooks, she's not overweight, is she? Bubbly Brooks boundless I like the alliteration, by the way. Bubbly Brooks boundless energy needed other artistic outlets, though, and her supportive parents encouraged her to go for everything. Brooke details. I was in my school band for 3 years playing flute, and in my school choir, and also the East York Youth Choir, which was like a division in Toronto. Then in middle school, I started in plays. I did school plays and community theatre and talent shows. Brooke cops to... What is this? Is that more slang? Brooke cops to having had a terrific... That's slang. Christ almighty. That takes me to the end of this drink. You drink as well. And if your name isn't Oterlu, do 5 jumping jacks. Oterlu, you do 10. Oh, you thought you'd get away, did you? Well, you were wrong. What do you think of the lack of facial hair, by the way? I'm going to grow it back, because I thought I'd experiment having shaved it all off, but I think I'll have it back again. Head spilling on this one. Bloody blimey. I'll just refill that when the time comes. So, Brooke cops to having had a terrific childhood. Excuse me. She has always been mega close with her parents and little sister. She has all sorts of fun memories. I used to love making original Christmas cards and Mother's Day gifts. I was always into arts and crafts, and I'd make big signs and cut out letters. My sister and I would make egg carton flowers for Mum. We'd get really creative and make elaborate cards. We'd spend hours working on one birthday card, and the day would come, and we'd be waiting with anticipation and present it proudly. Her best adventures, though, took place at her uncle's cabin, where the whole extended family would go camping. It was in northern Quebec, so we had to take a plane there. The first time we went, when I was about 12, was also my first time on a plane. Bloody hell. The first time on a plane at 12, Jesus Christ. And my first time camping. It was really, really rustic, in the middle of nowhere. We swam in the waterfalls and swam across the lake. I caught my first fish up there. It was really fun and exciting. We were worried about bears because it was true wilderness out there. We swam in a pool and there were leeches, and my cousin got leeches, and we had to swim really fast to get away from them. It was wonderful. Yeah, I don't usually imagine swimming for your life from leeches counts as wonderful, but each to their own, you know. Actually, yeah, it probably would be quite fun, honestly. I'd do it, why not? Back then, Brooke was also into reading, big time. Where the Red Fern Grows was her favourite book. I cried at the end because it was so sad. She still remembers. As she grew, so did her passion to perform. The idea to take her talent to the TV screen, TV or movies, was purely Brooke's. I'd been bugging my mum for years to let me get into acting professionally, but we knew it would be a lot of work, so we kept putting it off. Finally, in grade 8, when I was 13, I was in a production of the play Pirates of Penzance. Oh, Penzance? Proper Curnow, boy! Cornwall! That's where I'm from. Lots of pirates up here. Penzance, it's alright. It's the place you go to get to Land's End, basically. But yeah, Cornwall! Let's drink to that. Cornwall. That's one finger for everybody except Medi Bollocks who drinks 10 fingers. Drink. Awesome. I wasn't a main character or anything, but I had really gotten into my role as one of the 15 daughters. 15 daughters? 15 daughters? Who'd put themselves through such torture? 15? I've got a younger sister. One's enough. Jesus. Pirates of Penzance. Okay, I might watch that. It sounds interesting. I guess it showed, because after it was over, I got so many compliments on my performance that my mum kind of realised, hey, she does have talent. It's nice of someone's mum to say, oh, my child does have some form of talent. I'm so surprised. So that summer, we looked up an agent and I started going on auditions. That was 3 years ago. That's how long I've been acting professionally. Of course, acting professionally didn't mean instant fame, fortune or glamour. My first role was as an extra, no lines or anything, in a honeycomb cereal commercial. It wasn't fun. There were about 5 other kids and there was so much waiting around. That's when I decided I didn't want to be an extra ever again. I wanted a lead role. That would take just a few years longer. Before Animorphs, Brooke appeared on TV in Canada in Real Kids, Real Adventures, and in a Goosebumps episode, A Shocker on Shock Street. She was in a movie called Short for Nothing, and most notably, the TV movie that aired on the Showtime cable network called Running Wild. Showtime cable network? That sounds like a TV channel mention. That's 2 fingers. Drink. Brooke Nevin, you're making me drink a lot. Slow down, girl. Slow down. I'm not pouring these very well. I mean, look at the head on that. If you were offered that at a pub, or a bar, as you Americans call it, you'd fucking glass the fucker. Honest to God. Pour better. Right, where was I? To film that, she went to Africa. Brooke's first time outside of Canada. Being in Africa was the most amazing experience I've ever had, she gushes. I would love to go back there again. Last year, when Brooke's agent called to tell her about the tryouts for the part of Rachel in Animorphs, she was totally psyched. It's not technically slang. Not because she'd ever heard of the book series. Her friends definitely had. So when I said I had this audition, my friends were ecstatic, Brooke explains. Encouraged, Brooke ran out and bought a couple of Animorphs books to study for the part. Her research paid off. It only took Brooke 3 auditions to nail it. Her friends were almost more excited than she was. They were like, I can't believe it, Brooke says. And then I went, actually no, it wouldn't be a Californian accent, it'd be Canadian. Can't believe it, eh? I can't believe about it, eh? I'm sorry for any Canadians out there. You know, it's all in jest, you know. It's like Marco says in book 30, 9, 40 maybe. It's just black humour, yeah? It's not meant to be taken seriously. Take that from Marco himself, yeah? Don't cancel me. Although you probably cancel Marco by this point anyway, I don't know. Alright, where was I? Okay. I can't believe it, Brooke says. And then I went out and got more of the books to read just for the pleasure, and I love them. Even if I weren't doing the show, I'd read them. Now my friends and I, we discuss the books all the time. Brooke doesn't just read the series for fun though. She uses the books for research. I've done a lot of character study, making sure that I portray as many character traits as K.A. Applegate displays in her books. Oh, that's an author mention! And book mention! Several book mentions, but we'll count that as one because it's all in like the same paragraph. That's 4 fingers. Jesus Christ, Brooke. You're killing me here. That's 4 fingers for us all. Who am I going to make drink, by the way? Who needs to be drinking at this point? Come on. Own up. Who commented on the last video? You realise, guys, that commenting on videos means that you're going to get pinged for for drinking stuff. Right, where is the last... Oh, Christ, where am I? That's 2 months? Nah, I haven't responded, that's why. Where are you? Where are you? Who needs to drink more? Meet the stars. The Midnight Modder. I'm drinking to this one. Okay, so you are drinking Midnight Modder. And because I'm drinking 4 fingers, that means you're drinking 6 and doing 5 jumping jacks. How does that make you feel? Crack on! Do as you're told. Right, excuse me. 4 fingers. Drink. Fuck. Let's open another bottle. Yeah, I really like this Estrella stuff. It's grand. I really likes it. It's good. It's a good drinking beer. A good session beer. Where's it from again? It's from Spain. Españole. Nice one, Spain. Nice one. Right, where the frick was I? In spite of all that attention to accuracy, Brooke doesn't get ideas or inspiration for Rachel from the Animorphs books, but from other characters on TV. I like Buffy a lot, she admits. So in certain scenes, I feel that Rachel is going to be a Buffy character, strong and determined and really cool and everything. Cool. Okay. School days. When Brooke isn't discussing books with her buds, that's slang, or being Rachel on Animorphs, she's most often in school. Right, so let's drink to the slang. That's 2 fingers. Christ almighty, Brooke. Drinking more than I thought I would for this one. 2 fingers. Drink. Ah. Jesus Christ. An 11th grader at Leaside High School, Brooke is a good student who takes a full load of academic courses. I enjoy most of my subjects, she asserts, adding, in math, we're studying algebra and geometry. I like math. I'm not a whiz or anything, but I like the whole problem solving, the challenge of it, the puzzle you have to figure out. Once you get the answers, it's like, cool, I got it, all right. So that's opposite to Tobias, who says that he hated maths. Okay. Science took a little more getting used to, especially the class she was in last year. It was the first time we dissected anything. We had a choice between fish or grasshoppers. I didn't think I'd be able to handle it at first, but then I was okay, and I got interested in the whole process. Of course, it was pretty gross when the boy started collecting the eyeballs of the fish. I wouldn't be one to do that. Right, so that's fish and grasshoppers. That's 2 animal mentions, and that is 2 drinks. Who else needs to drink with me? Who needs to be punished? Who needs to be punished? Oh, I think I'll punish Medi Bollocks. Oh, hold on. Spongy. Spongy 444. I like you. And because I like you, from this point on, your fingers are doubled. So every time I drink, you double the amount of fingers. Or you do 5 press-ups for every finger. Your choice. And if you don't stick to it... No. You will stick to it. And that's your only option. One of those 2. 5 press-ups or you drink double for the rest of it. Right, so 2 animal mentions, 2 fingers. Drink. Ah. Bollocks. Ah. Brooke's best subject is French. She explains, where I go to school they have a French immersion program. You can start either in kindergarten or in 6th grade. It means that all your subjects like math, science, history, art, everything except English and cooking, are taught in French. So in grade 6 I left all my friends in the other class and challenged myself going into that program. Excuse me. And you go in the first day and the teacher only speaks French. I mean, he speaks a little English from time to time to help you out, but that's it. So you learn the language quite quickly. Now I'm quite fluent in writing and speaking French. I'm glad I took the program. Le bœuf de château de neuf de pape. Bonjour voir. 89 de j'aime pâteau. Whatever. Brooke's big on languages. It just opens your eyes to a lot to know another language. It's like a whole new world. I'd like to learn other languages as well. But that's not the only reason for studying French. Her grandparents speak both English and French. Now I can understand everything they're saying, especially when they're talking to each other. Okay. The Lion Queen. Well, that's an animal mention. That's 1 finger. Oterlu. 20 squatting calf raises. Right, if you don't know what that is, it is the worst exercise imaginable. Right? I think you can see me over here. Right. So it's a squat, okay? And you know what a calf raise is? A calf raise is just you go up on your balls of your feet, not ball, whatever, your toes basically. Combine it with a squat. So you're down here and you're doing calf raises while in a squatting position. It's the ultimate thigh killer. Fuck me. Right, you're doing 20 of those, okay? Because I fucking say so. I can't stand squatting calf raises. They're my kryptonite when it comes to exercise. Right, so where was I? Oh yeah, animal mention, 1 finger, drink. Right, so the Lion Queen. Even before Brooke landed on Animorphs, she was an animal lover. At home, she's got 2 little dogs, Benji, who is officially her dog because she saved up to buy him, and Coco, the family canine. Family canine, what a weird way to put it. But the pitter-patter of pooch paws, oh, that's beautiful alliteration. Pitter-patter of pooch paws around the house is nothing compared to the animals Brooke works with on Animorphs. Right, so animal mentions. I suppose since I mentioned both by name, that counts for 2 fingers. So 2 fingers. Fuck me. Just give me a second. Sorry. Bloody hell, I'm drinking so fucking fast at the moment, you know. It's crazy. Animorphs gets you drunk. 2 fingers, drink. Next bottle. Open. Open sesame. Fuck. I hope you liked the TV show Watch with Raptor, by the way. Awesome bloke. I really get along well with him. He did one of the in the art showcase videos. He did one of the designs for that, the really like realistic Hawkbajir head. He's awesome, and I really like just watching Animorphs stuff with him. Hence why I decided to do those TV series watches. Awesome, and if you like it, then keep watching it. That's the deal. That's what you're after. Right, where are we? I can sense more animal mention forfeits coming up here. In fact, I can see a couple now. Although her character Rachel can morph into everything from a cat to a cockroach, she's most often the lion. That's definitely Rachel's character, she asserts. Acting with a real-life beast was amazing. The first time I saw it, I was so taken aback because I found it so beautiful. It was the most beautiful creature I'd ever seen, especially close up. The eyes and the whole mane were especially incredible. I won't say I wasn't scared. I definitely respected it, especially the time I had to be only 1 foot away from it. I had to be in the cage with it for that shot. Of course, the trainer was in the cage too, just out of camera range. But being that close to it, that was amazing. Okay, so that would have been Michael Hackenberger, the guy that was charged with animal cruelty for whipping his animals. And we got cat, cockroach, and lion, which are 3 animals, but a lion is technically a cat. So that's 2 animals. To a zoologist like myself. So that's 2 fingers. Drink. I hope you watch this, Brooke Nevin, and see what damage you're doing to my liver. Fuck. More gross than amazing was the time she had to make a hawk jump onto her arm. To entice it, she disclosed to Nickelodeon magazine. I had to hold out a chicken leg. Then I watched as it ate the chicken leg right there on my arm, which grossed me out a little bit. Fuck me. Does it count as a TV show mention when it says Nickelodeon magazine? Because Nickelodeon is a channel, but it's specifically referring to a magazine. I'm going to say no, because it is referring to a magazine rather than the TV show. But there is a mention of a hawk, which is another animal mention, which is a finger. Right. Oh my god. Freaking Nitro Indigo, if you're watching this. You owe me... What do you owe me? You owe me 20 toe touches, right? That's easy. That's a freaking warm-up exercise, right? So what you do is you just kick your leg out and you touch your toes. Usually with the opposite hand to the opposite toe. And you do 20 of those. If you're watching, if you're not, then Medibollocks, you do it. In fact, Medibollocks, you do it anyway. Seems fair. Oh, Christ, how many... Just the 1 finger. Is that camera still bloody recording? Yes, it is. It'll probably need to start recording again. Right, 1 finger. Drink. Okay. Brooke remembers the first time she actually saw the finished results of morphing on screen. I was so excited, she says, because the way it looked on screen is exactly the way I imagined it when I read the books. She adds, Nadia as Cassie morphing into the horse is the best. Nah, I don't agree with you, Rachel. That's not how I see it when I read the books. But then again, I've got the experience of 20 years of brain things going on, barely, and quality CGI and just imagination. Basic Brooke. How much more Brooke have you got? Oh, I need like a page and a half to deal with. Off camera and away from the classroom, Brooke's life is pretty normal. She loves bagels. For breakfast, lunch or snack anytime. Although her favourite food, as a group, is fruit. My mum has done a good job drilling into her brain about eating healthy with veggies and fruit. Too bloody right, Brooke. I eat fruit every day, at least an apple and an orange, and then some veg later on in the day for dinner. Awesome. Keep yourselves fit and healthy. This is me being serious to you now. Keep yourself fit and healthy. Get some frickin' apples, get some frickin' oranges, and eat them. It's not frickin' difficult, and they're tasty as well. I know they're not very filling, but you still just got to do it. It's easy, right? Healthy. It'll make you feel better. She looks forward to skiing vacations with her family in the Appalachians and never minds babysitting her sister. We get along well, Brooke says. Rollerblading, biking and doing sports keep her in shape. Brooke doesn't do any other formal exercise. She is a fan of all different types of music. I like alternative, classical sometimes, hip-hop, techno even. She freely admits to being a Spice Girls fan. They put me in a good mood, she says without apology. So does John Travolta? Okay. With 3 girls in the house, me, my sister and mum, we have a thing for him, she giggles. We think he's a big sweetheart. John Travolta. Medibollocks. Medibollocks. You're drinking 2 fingers for that cringe. Just do it. Just do it. That's an order. When it comes to fashion, Brooke doesn't exactly have the same passion as Rachel. I'm a sucker for casual clothes, really, she confesses. I don't get dressed up too often. I'm a jeans and sweatshirt girl. Unsurprisingly, at the mall, she usually hits the Gap and Roots first. Is that slang? She usually hits the... because she doesn't physically hit. That comes across as slang to me. That's 2 fingers. Drink. I've never known a girl get me so bloody drunk. It's usually the other way around. That's a joke, by the way. Don't cancel me, okay? Right. Naturally, she shops with her friends. Naturally, by the way, naturally. Most of whom she's known since early grade school. We hang out. We have sleepover parties, Brooke describes. Why is it never just says? It always describes or confesses or asserts. I don't freaking know. My camera's still on. Nope, it's not. Right, now it's working. I don't know why it shuts off. I don't know why. Weird. Might just be like a half-hour thing. I don't freaking know. So now that that's working again. Between school, Animorphs, and being with her friends, Brooke doesn't have a whole lot of time for boys. But that doesn't mean they're not on her mind. She totally knows her type. I like boys who can make me laugh, who have a good sense of humour, and are sweet, considerate, nice and cool. Hey, those are all the traits that I don't have. Bollocks. And yet, there's no boyfriend in the picture. In fact, there hasn't been, so far. Well, you are only frickin' 16, Brooke. Chill out. Well, only if grade 4 counts, she says with a laugh. Otherwise, I haven't. I don't have time, really. I have just enough on my plate. Filming and going to school and my days off with my friends. I actually even started dating. But then I kind of stopped. I decided I don't have the time right now. It's not like I can go out, come home late and sleep in the next day. I come home and study, whether it's schoolwork or my script for the next day. And then get up early and go to work. You have to keep your priorities straight. So dating is something that's sort of on hold for now. You know, I respect that, bro. I respect that. You know, prioritising what needs to be prioritised. Dating when you're 16 amounts to very little. Once you get into your 20s, that's when dating starts to become, you know, you're looking for something, right? The future. Where does Brooke see herself in the next 5 years? Oh, this is where it gets juicy. If my acting career takes off, then I would seize the opportunity and make the most of it while I can. I'd like to explore everything. I'd love to do movies. I'm relishing my experience here on Animorphs, but further down the road, I'm all for movies. I tend to set my goals quite high for myself. My mum always told me, the sky's the limit, go for anything, for everything. I'd love to go way up there, for sure. But, she adds seriously, school is a big priority for me. Even if I were to become famous, I'd never go to university. For God's sake, I'd never not go to university. I just have to put it in the back burner. But I always see myself finishing my education no matter how long it takes. That's a bit naive. I mean, I've been to university, and speaking from that, you don't really need it. But is that a bold prediction? Not really. But Brooke Nevin's acting career never really took off. It's a shame. But, you know, I don't know where she is now. I really don't. I don't know what she's doing. That's the end of that chapter. Let's go to the end of the book where we've got the whole Brookes Nook. Let's see if we can get any drinking out of this one. Brookes Nook. I imagine it follows after... Oh, no, here we go. So it starts with Rachel on the reel. It's all part of chapter 8. So Rachel on the reel. Nicknames: Xena, Warrior Princess, Miss Fashion. Family is Dad, Don, is a TV weatherman. Mum, Naomi, is a lawyer. They are divorced. Sarah and Jordan are her younger sisters. Jake, an Animorph, is her cousin. Her best bud... Is that that's sort? Yeah, that's slang. That's two fingers. Drink. Oh... Oh. Oh. Drink. Two fingers, by the way. Fuck, I need to just clear. Excuse me. Drink. Ah. Oh, I've got one finger left in there. Got one more bottle. Let's see if I have to dip into that one. Hobbies: gymnastics and shopping. Personality: smart, adventurous, headstrong. Best trait: courage. Morphs: lion, housefly, cat, cockroach, butterfly. Morph advice: keep your focus. That is as well. I'm looking at the... I've got... I don't want to move the camera so it's out of position, but... got the bookend, so I've got all the series up in front of me on the computer thing. And on the box bookend thing, yeah, it says, keep your focus next to Rachel. Cool, consistency, I like it. Doesn't often happen in Animorphs. Yeah, so keep your focus. Quote, wait a minute, are you saying that some alien slug can crawl into our brains and take over our minds? That's my fiance. Oh, why? Oh.
Hey, darling, you alright?
Yes, Pebble.
Sorry, are you recording?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Important question. Josh found a baby bird out here that's missing its tail feathers.
Okay.
What do we do?
A
They
bird,
got a box and some water for him, but...
a bird is completely missing its tail feathers.
Well, they're like half gone. They're like something bit it and clipped half of them off, and it can't fly straight. And its mom's flying overhead, but it looks like it's old enough to take care of itself. But...
What sort of bird is it?
What sort of bird? Like a chickadee or a sparrow? It's a little tiny thing.
So it can't fly.
It can fly, but it can't really control where it's going, I guess.
You can only fly a few feet at a time.
Only a few feet at a time. That's the bird right there. See on the phone.
Right, okay. Well, you can't just nurse it back, because that probably won't do it any good. If it can fly a little bit, it might be enough because the tail feathers will grow back. It might take a...
How long though?
I don't know how long it takes. I mean, who wants... If someone wants to let it sort of take home in their house, I've seen people do that before, but that's up to them. It would be in a bad position if you put it back out in the wild. But it won't be completely defenseless.
Okay.
But if they want to just sort of nurse it back, that might have its own little problems, but it's 50-50.
We're just worried about the heat because it can't really move much and it's really hot.
Where,
It's like
where is it now?
37.
Where is it now?
It's in a box, a cardboard box over there with a little bit of water in a little bowl.
Is the box open?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just keep your eye on it, see what it does.
Okay.
If it stays in the cardboard box, if you're going to move away from it, just put it somewhere where something like a cat just can't come and grab it.
Okay.
If that means put it inside by an open window so that if it wants to fly out, it can fly out, that's great.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta give it the option to fly away. If it wants to fly away, let it fly away.
Yeah.
But also, don't leave it in a vulnerable position.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's over there in the box.
Okay.
Yeah. It pooped itself when we came near it.
Yeah, that's standard. Yeah, just allow. Hey, doggy. Right, my dear. I am recording at the moment, so I can't be hanging around. But yeah, just give it a choice, but don't.
Okay.
Just don't put it in a vulnerable spot where something can come and grab it. Okay.
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 All right.
Love you.
Bye.
Love you. Okay, bye. Okay, bye.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Oh, my pebble. Right, that's 2 fingers. Fuck me. That's a lot of fingers. So, bottle here. Trust her to come across a bird without tail feathers. Imagine if that was Tobias. Right. How many fingers do I owe? This is my last bottle, by the way. Anything after this is rum. So, 2 fingers for Pebble calling me. Lion, housefly, cat. Again, that counts as one thing. So, cockroach, butterfly. That's 4 fingers. 6 fingers. Alien, slug. No, that's applying to the Yerks, which is an alien, so that doesn't count. So, 6 fingers. Brings me to almost the end of that. Jesus Christ. Drink. What are you doing to me, Brooke Nevin? Why are you doing this? Ooh. By the way, I'm on a really good fitness course. If you want to get fit, okay. Bully Juice on YouTube. I'm doing a 45-day fitness course, which alcohol probably isn't helping with. But I'm on day 31 out of 45. And by God, I'm feeling the difference. Fucking muscles where I didn't know they existed. And Christ, I went on a Navy fitness course, so I was very fit when I was 25. Very fit. Sort of let it drop, but I'm trying to bring it back. Right, so I need another 3 fingers or so. Oh, it's not going down easy anymore. Bloody hell. I'm suffering with this, Brooke. I'm suffering, Brooke, because of you. Because of her. Mrs. Lion. Bongo. That's what the line's called. Where is she? There you are. I'm suffering because of you. You devilish, doodling doddly-doo. That's what you are. Right, probably about another finger of this. Jesus Christ. Morphing Cube, you've been ruined since book 39. Well done. Ah, fuck. Right, Brookes Nook. Plays Rachel. Full name, Brooke Candice Nevin. Birthday, December 22nd, 1982. Born and raised Toronto, Canada. Parents, mum, Nikki and dad, Bob, a retired hockey player who was on 3 teams, the New York Rangers, of which he was the captain, plus the Toronto Maple Leafs and LA Kings. Okay. Sister Kaylee Cassandra. Instrument played piano. I've actually played the flute as well. We were just forgetting that bit. Fun stuff to do, dancing and singing. TV shows. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Dawson's Creek, Candid Camera. In parentheses, my mum and I had a blast. She goes into convulsions when we watch Candid Camera, close parentheses. 2020 and Inside Edition. I like a lot of others, but I can't watch that much because I'm too busy. Thanks for that, Brooke. I don't watch any TV because I'm too busy. Colour, red. Foods, salad and Chinese food. Drink, orange juice. Yeah, fucking orange juice. Top quality. Sports, rollerblading, soccer, biking, volleyball, downhill skating. After school snacks, bagels, board game, Monopoly. Yes, Brooke. You're in my good Brooks. You might be surprised to know Brooke has won numerous public speaking contests. Collects. Brookes Childhood collections range from stickers to porcelain masks to coins. Second job. As if her plate wasn't already full, Brooke does a lot of babysitting because she loves little kids. That doesn't sound dodgy at all. Biggest fear when starting a new school year. In high school, I was afraid of everything. I was afraid about making friends, all the cliques. I was really afraid because I switched from the gifted program to the French immersion program. I didn't know how the kids in that program would treat me because they'd been together for 6 years, so I was afraid of not fitting in. But that didn't happen. I'm best friends with them now. It was silly. And message to you, find something you're really interested in that you won't get tired of. Research it, get into it. And that's exactly what I'm doing with this YouTube channel and these fucking drinking games. I like it. And that's why I'm doing it. Even though now I'm relatively drunk. Fuck me, Brooke. You've destroyed me. Brooke Nevin. That's the next chapter is Jake, I believe. Sean Ashmore. Yeah. Next chapter is Sean Ashmore. The lad himself. The one who actually became a full-fledged actor. Awesome. And I tell you what, I want to get a denim jacket just to emulate my hero, Jake. Awesome. And for that reason, I'm just going to finish this drink with you now. So, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, if you're watching this and you've got a drink, now's the time to down it. Down it, down it. Because you know what? Hold on a minute. You'll be amazed to know that I made a batch of something special. I made a batch of cinnamon buns. Oh, gorgeous batch of cinnamon buns. And because of that, we're all finishing our drinks. Down it, down it, down it, right? That's the deal. And thankfully, I only have a little bit left. Down your drink if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching. And next, in 3 weeks' time, we'll be looking at Sean Ashmore's part in this book. Thank you very much for watching. I shall see you next time. Ta-ra!